Welcome everyone. Tile update 2 for season 1 has just dropped and it is a juicy one. As you can see, a lot of us were right, they are AC skins, but let's give them a go, see what they look like. Apologise if I sound a bit off, I just had a fill and done like 3 hours ago, so my mouth is a bit swollen. I'm not sucking dick, I promise. Anyway, alright, Shinobi's got a hero skin. Let's have a look. Ooh. It's not bad. Not bad. I haven't played AC Shadows yet, but I might give it a go after this. And then we got a Shigoki skin. Oh my god, look at how thin he gets. Look how thick our boy is. Look how thin this boy is. Bro lost like 100 pounds. What the fuck? I've seen like gameplay clips of AC Shadows. I've seen this dude like hit like a truck. Like that's not the only thing I'm really interested in AC Shadows right now. Is just playing this dude and just demolishing some poor bastard. Oh my god, the prices though. That is something. 31k. Okay, so there's not the same price as the Griffin hero skin. That was like what, 40 something, 42,000, 31,000. If you were to play near enough every day for a few weeks, you could probably get 31k in roughly, I want to say 3-ish weeks. So not the worst thing to grind out for in this game. I imagine the prices for it are going to be insane, but there is a third skin, and yes, it is an AC skin as well. Hey. Unironically comes from the worst AC game we've had in a while, yet it's probably one of the best looking skins to date. Like, oh my god. They gave Zerka a fucking cape. Let's fucking go. Hang on, can you change the sex of Eivor? I know in the game you can play as either or, but does it change skins? Genders? No, but it feels kind of a waste not having Eivor have both genders, you know, like, never mind. The skin looks awesome though, like, I wish Vikings looked like this more often. Like, the fur, the cape, the leather. This is what Viking outfits should look like, Ubisoft. Give us more stuff like this, and we'll play more Vikings. I can't lie though, these skins do look really good. I don't know if I'm gonna buy them all. We'll check the sword prices in a minute. Okay, that's not a good sign. Oh my god. 48 quid for what? 4 skins and an outfit for all heroes, as well as 4 executions for all heroes. Oh wait, is that the, hang on, is that the, because I remember, yes, I thought these were unique executions. They're not, they're AC inspired ones, but they use, that looked awesome. So they're not unique executions like I thought they would be, but damn, they look good. Let's see what these ones like. Oh, that's quick. I might have to pick that up Berserker. I've been wanting to get more executions with him. Kind of quick and simple compared to the other two. Now, the other thing I don't understand is the outfit. It says for all heroes. I don't know if that means the 2 skins that you get with the bundle, or if that means every single hero in the game. Because if so, that's the first, I believe. Okay, so it's about 13 quid each. As usual, you get 7 days champion status, 3 scavenger cates with random gear. But if you're already like over rep 8 on them, you don't really need either of those. It's just the skin you want, but it's up to you people, right? Like, if you want to buy these skins, if not, if you want to grind them out, that's up to you, man. One of the great things about For Honor is you are not forced to buy anything in the game except the battle pass that you can't grind out on. But man, we've got 3 skins now. I'm kind of chuffed at that. Oh, and the AC event is also back, so you can pick up all the AC gear and all that crap. So I think that's all the skins and everything for now. Let's move on to the patch notes, because they're pretty juicy. Rightio, boys, onto the patch notes. Grab some snacks and a drink. We're going to be here for a while. Balance changes. Zerka's health has been increased to 130 from 125. BP has had his stamina drain reduced from his bulwark stance to 3.5 seconds, down from 5 seconds. I still say he needs a bit more work, but whatever. Orochi can now cancel his recovery from a zone attack into a dodge at 200 milliseconds. I think this is a nerf. I think he's a bit slow to get away from throwing out a zone. I think that's what that's supposed to mean. Because you know Orochis, they love the zone. Highlander's health has been increased to 130 from 125, and offensive form lights are no longer enhanced. You know that fucking tap 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 that he does in offensive mode? You know, the annoying 6 damage ones? Yeah, those are no longer enhanced. During got some changes. Lion's pounce can now be interrupted on block. I want to say that is his dodge attack. I think that's his dodge attack. I haven't played him in a while, but I'm fairly certain that's his dodge attack. He's got reduced stamina drain on holding in double stance. to 2 seconds from 5 seconds, which is his, you know, his quick recovery bullshit that you can use after every attack. He still needs some more work, man. He is just still too strong in this game. He's getting there, but he needs another solid nerf. Nobushi got some changes finally. Zone attack, second hit now costs 10 stamina, down from 20. And second hit from zone attack now applies bleeds that stack. Didn't used to stack with the other bleeds, but now it does. I still say she needs some sort of neutral bash for the 1v1s and all that shit. And her bleed probably needs to come down a bit overall in 4s. That's my take on Nobushi. Shigoki got some changes. Charge of the Oni now costs 15 stamina instead of 25. Whatever. I think Shigoki's alright where he is at the moment. Shaolin got some changes. His Q stance lights now deal 12 damage, down from 14. I believe that's his, you know, his stance thing. And his Sun Sweep follow-up now deals 20 damage, down from 24. Okay, so they've nerfed his damage. They've nerfed like two of the most annoying things about Shaolin, which is his light poke and his follow-up from a sweep. Fair enough. I mean, Shaolin can be quite annoying to fight, especially in 1v1s. Raider got some changes. Stampede charge now costs 30 damage, down from 40. That's his grab thing. Reaping charge now gains undisruptible stance at 400 milliseconds. And finishers can now chain to Raider's Fury. That's his zone attack, right? I want to say that's his zone attack. I'll double check that one too. Yormaganda's got some changes. Serpent Smite now gains undisruptible stance at 500 milliseconds, down from 400. So a bit of a nerf there. Hammer Slam now gains undisruptible stance at 100 milliseconds. Hammer Slam now deals 28 damage, down from 30. And shield gain from it is now 20, down from 25. So a bit of a nerf on him, but valid. He was a bit too strong at the moment. Oh man. I think we're about a third of the way through so far. Hidakiri got some changes. Health has been increased to 130 up from 125. Sankuticio has more forward movement. I think that's front dodge heavy. I think. I don't play Hero, so I'm not entirely familiar with her moves, chains, names. Katuna's got some changes. Fear and Fury stance can now be cancelled into a dodge at 300 milliseconds, down from 500. I think that's a deflect. Basically, she can deflect and then dodge to get away from, you know, follow-up hits from others. Zone attack now has a 433 millisecond guard break vulnerability, up for 100. Solhei got some changes finally. Heavy openers now gain undisruptible stance at 500 milliseconds, up from 400. So that's his neutral heavies. Mad Monk now gains undisruptible stance at 500 milliseconds, up from 400. I think that's his zone attack, which is what everyone was saying was a problem with him, because he could literally just zone on red basically, and 9 times out of 10 he wins the trade. So that's good. I think Zohei's probably in the best spot he's gonna ever be at the moment. He's not too strong and he's not too weak anymore. Versiosa. Sideways misdirect can now be performed during side dodges from 200 to 400 milliseconds, down from 200 to 900. Holding posture now drains 5 stamina per second, down from 7 per second, so bit of a buff there. Pyro's received some changes. Guaranteed Pistol Blast now does 4 damage, down from 5. Okay. Pistol Blast after Walk the Plank now does 15 damage, up from 5. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a big change. That's some serious damage, right? I can't remember how much damage Walk the Plank does, but that's her like pin thing, isn't it? So that's a serious buff. Oh, okay, never mind. Walk the Plank now does 12 damage, down from 24. Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say 15 damage over with like 20 something damage is like an insane amount, but no, it's so overall she's 29 damage. Now she'll do 27 damage overall. Okay. Fair enough. Pirate's still kind of annoying to fight, but I think this is going to be fair for her. Tiandi's side dragon dodge is now vulnerable from guard break for 533 milliseconds, up from 400. Side dragon dodge can now be forward from side dodge from 200 to 500 milliseconds, up from 2 to 300 milliseconds. Zone first hit now costs 20 stamina, down from 30. Okay, some decent changes. War Mummy. Light opener attacks are now enhanced. Vicious Impale Claw on unbalanced out stamina opponents now does 10 plus 32 damage bleed, up from 10 to 20 bleed. That's an interesting buff. Beast of Prey now does 22 damage, down from 24. I think that's a dodge attack. Lawboy has received some changes. Side light attacks are no longer enhanced. Okay, fair enough. Top heavy opener now does 23 damage, down from 25. Oh boy, let's give some nerfs. Top heavy chain now does 24 damage, down from 26. Top heavy finisher now does 27 damage, down from 28. Oh boy, he got some little nerfs. And impaling riposte now is now feightable. Okay, this is interesting. Shinobi got some changes too. Super sprint stamina cost on activation is increased to 10 from 0. No other changes, which I don't like, because Shinobi is still a bit of a problem, especially in the comp scene. I think the devs really need to look back on him and maybe revert some of the recent changes on him. Athera got some changes. Gravity's pull can now be dodged 400 milliseconds before the hit, up to 300, up from the original 300 milliseconds. Speed and Comet changes can now be dodged 400 milliseconds before the hit, up from 300. While performing at close range now grants full block at 400 milliseconds, up from 0. When using the feat, also triggers Fleet Foot, then attack that gains full block after running for 400 milliseconds, up from 0. Fleet Foot minimum distance is now 400 milliseconds, up from 200. Okay. Gladiator got some changes. Boulderers now who respect hit run stalls. Okay, this is interesting. If the victim is idle, they'll enter the first hit stun and gain 25% damage reductions. Okay, I think this is to stop people from using it to like insta skewer people. If the victim was already in first hit stun, they'll enter a second hit stun and receive 25% damage reductions. Victims can be pinned again by other attackers. Okay, so they basically nerfed that feat quite a bit. Man, I think Gladiator is overdue for some major changes then. If the victim was already in a second hit stun, the projectile will not bind. Okay, fair enough. Okay, now you may remember a while back there was some feat changes in the testing grounds. I think season 3, season 4, there were some changes for like a bunch of heroes, but they've been implemented now into the game. Centurion has received some feat changes. New tier 1 feat, Amplified Roar. It's a passive. Lion's Roar finisher now unbalances enemies. New tier 2 feat, Eagle's Windfill, passive. After landing an Eagle's Talon, reduce enemies' attack and increase ally movement. Enemies deal 20% less damage for 10 seconds and allies gain 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. A new tier 3 feat, Vanglorious Putillo. I don't know how to pronounce that, man. I'm not Italian. It's an active feat. Throw a projectile that binds. Performing a Legion kits on the bound target and balances them, deals 15% damage, 120 second cooldown. I think I've seen this before. Apparently you can get like something like 61 to 81 damage off this combo using this tier 1, 2 and 3 feat combo. But like I always say, like just because you can get it off doesn't mean it's going to be a problem, because in 4v4s the chances are you're probably going to get hit out of half these moves before you get to land them. So we'll see how this goes so far. And of course at the end he got the new tier 4 feat for him, Refined Phalanx. Active feat again, gives all allies a moderate amount of shield and cleanses negative stats. Grants 50 shield for 10 seconds, 180 second cooldown. Basically a slightly better Phalanx shield. Centurion also got some changes on top of this. Eagle's Talon damage has been reduced to 28 damage, down from 30. His new feat set is the one I just went over, and now his default ones, and you can see here he's got 2 sets of alternate feats that are now available. So what's been removed? I think all of his original feats have been completely removed and replaced with new ones. All the alternatives are still there, I believe. Peacekeeper also got some feat changes. A new tier 1 feat, Crossbow Wound. It's an active, fires a crossbow that deals direct bleed damage, deals 1 plus 10 damage, bleed damage over 10 seconds, 30 second cooldown. There was some feedback about this a bit, about it being too strong, but I think considering that PK needs a bleed to actually be effective in Forts, I think this is going to be fine. New tier 2 feat, Bleed Armor. After a hit on a bleeding target, gain a defense buff for a short time, grants 25% damage reduction, lasts for 10 seconds. A new tier 3 feat, Sanguine Ceration. I don't know how to pronounce words, man. I'm too stupid. Another active feat, Tax Applied Bleed. Oh, it's an active and a passive. Okay, and a passive, hit a bleeding target to reduce the feat's cooldown. Okay, that's an interesting one. Attacks deal an additional 10 bleed over 5 seconds, active for 12 seconds, and 125 seconds cooldown. When hitting a bleeding opponent while the feat is on cooldown, the cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. Oh, okay. I see what they mean. So once it's gone, if you keep pressing the attack on a bleeding target, it slowly reduces the cooldown for that feat. Okay, fair enough. That's an interesting way of doing it. And finally, a new tier 4 feat, Induced Fear. Active feat, nearby enemies receive a defense debuff. Duration resets when killing an enemy. Reduces defense by 30%, active for 20 seconds, 180 second cooldown. Oh, okay. Some more changes for it. Dagger Cancel is now unblockable while performing a top heavy attack. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. New feats I just discussed are now her default ones, so her default ones have probably been replaced completely. And these are her 2 alternate feats for now. Go through them if you want. Oh, okay. Some more feat changes. changes. Corruption, damage tick now does 8 damage, down from 10. Good change. However, I don't know why they fucking did this to Nusha, to be honest, but War Mummy's tier 1 and 4 feat, they need to be separately nerfed. It's War Mummy's feats in general that need to be looked at, not Nusha's. And last laugh damage now ranges from 20 to 100 damage, down from 20 to 140. So I don't think you can instant kill a hero off rip if they're at full health when you go down, but you'll still do some significant damage to them. So it's still gonna be an annoying feat, but just remember to execute the motherfucker that runs them. Alright, last one I think, last page. Mainly bug fixes. Aethera's Orbiting Shield can no longer debuff allies if she hits them. That's a bug? I didn't even realise. Pirate's Trick Shot can no longer debuff allies if it hits them. I've had that happen to me before, it's not great. And of course, Centurion can no longer land a guaranteed jab after a charge heavy. You know that bug that happened last update? Well, they finally fixed it. Alright, that was all the changes. I've been recording for 20 minutes straight here. Holy shit, that's a lot of changes. Very good changes so far. No Warlord changes. Holy shit, that guy has not received anything in God knows how long. Yeah, man, like I said, I think Ferrado is in that state now where the vast majority of heroes are in a good spot, where they're not too weak and they're not too strong at the moment. They're in that little mid-section of really good to very decent. I don't know, time will tell what war comes out. With season 2 starts in like, what, 6 weeks? I have no idea what's coming. Hopefully a testing ground for like Conqueror or something. Like, that dude needs some work too. But yeah, give me thoughts below. What do you think of the changes? I think they've been solid so far. Like, this season alone, I think we've had more changes than we had the entire previous year. Like, we had some pretty good changes so far. Yeah, cheers for watching. Peace.